Understanding bias and prejudice. What is bias? Bias is the tendency to favor or dislike something without justification. Can be conscious or unconscious. Affects our judgments and decisions about people, ideas, or things. We all have biases. It's part of how our brain processes information. So I will ask you, what are some biases you've noticed in yourself or others? And the next part is an example of what is a bias, okay? And I want you to think about the question, what are some biases you've noticed in yourself or others? So watch the video and you write the example that you see around you.
Science presentation in class today. And then Ms. Burton asked for everyone to vote for the student with the best presentation. She asked us to write it down on a little piece of paper and give it to her. I think I did pretty okay. I know. I am going to vote for my friend Crystal. Do you know why? I picked my friend Crystal because she is my best friend forever, and that means I am biased towards her.
Types of bias. Confirmation bias, seeking information that supports existing beliefs. Second one is in-group bias, favoring members of one's own group. Stereotyping, assuming all members of a group share certain traits. Attribution bias, explaining others' behavior based on internal factors. Can you identify which type of bias might be at play in different situations? First situation. What type of bias is this? You are stuck in traffic, trying to change lanes and exit the highway. A car approaches and tries to cut you off. You are annoyed until you notice the other car has a bumper sticker of your favorite sports team. You give them a friendly nod and let them pass. The second one. Suppose you go to your first day at work, dress casually, and notice that your colleagues wear more formal clothes. Although no one asks you to do so, you may feel the need to change the way you dress to avoid standing out. The third one. Consider how you might perceive a colleague who arrives late to work. You might assume they are lazy or disorganized without considering the possibility of unforeseen traffic or personal emergencies. Similarly, in hiring, attributions can cause hiring teams to make judgments about a candidate's character or work ethic without taking into account external factors that may have influenced their past performance. And the last one, what type of bias is this? Girls should play with dolls and boys should play with trucks. Boys should be directed to like blue and green, girls towards red and pink. Boys should not wear dresses or other clothes typically associated with girls' clothes. What is prejudice? Prejudice is a preconceived opinion not based on reason or experience, often involves negative attitudes towards a group of people, can lead to discrimination and unfair treatment. Prejudice and bias are related, but not exactly the same. Can you think of examples of prejudice you've seen or experienced? Sources of bias and prejudice: family and upbringing, media and popular culture, personal experiences, lack of exposure to diverse groups, social and cultural norms. How do you think these sources have influenced your own perspectives? Impacts of bias and prejudice can lead to discrimination and social inequality. Next one is it affects decision making in various fields, like for example, hiring and healthcare. It also creates barriers for certain groups in society. It also perpetuates stereotypes and misunderstandings. Now, here is a question for you. How might bias and prejudice impact your school or community? Strategies to overcome bias. First is to educate yourself about different cultures and perspectives. Next one is to seek out diverse experiences and relationships. Third is to practice empathy and perspective taking. Fourth one is to challenge stereotypes when you encounter them. Now, here is a question for you. What's one strategy you could start using today to address your own biases? Taking action against bias and prejudice. Speak up against discriminatory behavior. Support organizations that promote equality and inclusion. Educate others about bias and its impact. Continuously work on personal growth and awareness. What's one action you can take this week to combat bias or prejudice?